the yard.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Show 15 back again with a new video, and today I'll be talking about World of Warships. And sorry I've taken so long to make this video. I was just lazy about it. I'm sorry, okay? Sorry. Well, anyways, get into this video. We're basically only talking about World of Warships, like I said before. And that was actually made by Wargaming, the same guys that made World of Tanks, which is actually a pretty fun game, and I'll probably make a video on it. I'm not sure. It's just that last time I tried to install World of Tanks in my Xbox, it didn't actually open the game, so I basically wasted 5 hours of my life in downloading that. So that's a maybe. Well, talking about World of Warships is basically a 9v9 kind of strategy game. I don't know what we call it strategy. It's basically just well, the first ship we're gonna look at is the aircraft carrier, and basically what this ship does, it actually you actually have to stay outside of the range of the edge of the map. Well, basically how the mechanic works is that when you reach a certain distance away from your enemy, you'll become completely invisible. But the bad thing about this ship is that if they get close enough to you, you'll get spotted. If you get spotted, then you're basically dead because you're sitting duck. But the good thing about this is basically it's more of a range kind of ship because you can actually deploy squadrons of aircrafts. That's what it's called, aircraft carrier. That that you can actually manually control. And basically, what they do is they launch missiles, torpedoes, or both, actually, depending on how high you are in the tier list of the aircraft tree tree line, I will call it. And basically, missiles do not a lot of damage, but you do launch a lot of them, so that damage builds up. Torpedoes are basically the most hard-hitting projectile you can actually launch in this game. The bad thing is that they're really hard to hit because they're extremely slow as well. But if you can hit them, then if you can actually bring down an entire battleship by if you hit it with torpedoes about 6 to 8 times. It all depends on the battleship that you're fighting against, and this varies because there is a tech tree that basically the more you move on it, depending on which ship you're actually choosing to main, well well the more perks it's gonna get, like more health, more damage, more maneuverability, etc. Well, moving on to B is for battleship. And the battleship is actually more of is the actual tank for the World of Warships. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a lot today. And this has a lot of health. This ship actually has a lot of health and dishes out a lot of damage. The bad thing is that it's big, so it's very easy to spot, but also is that it's very slow, so it's really easy to hit. And basically, the best thing to do if you want to counter this is if you're a destroyer, because destroyers are a glass cannon kind of ship because they're extremely fast. They hit extremely hard because they're the only actual battleship other than the aircraft carrier that has torpedoes. But because they can move so fast and get so close and personal to you, if you do not pay attention to them, they can actually hit them really close. They can really get close enough to where the torpedoes will hit definitely and cause a lot of damage to you. And that's the best way if you want to counter a battleship because they're extremely slow and they're extremely fast. And it does dish out a lot of damage, but if the battleship does not pay attention to the destroyer, then they're basically gonna get screwed over because of the torpedoes that do a lot of damage, even to a ship that has so much health like the battleship. So my recommendation is just is try to find as many destroyers as you can and, well, destroy them. Destroy the destroyers. And yeah, but if there are no destroyers, then there's basically nothing to actually worry about other than probably the aircraft carrier, because since you're so big, you're a much easier target for the planes to hit with their missiles, which cover more area, which actually does more damage because, well, they're missiles. They don't do a lot of damage, but because there's a lot of them, the damage builds up. Okay, now moving on to C. C is gonna be for cruiser, and the cruiser is actually the cruiser is actually the most versatile ship in the whole game. Um, well, because they are fast, but they're not that fast. They're not faster than a destroyer, which actually the fastest ship in the game. And they're tanky, but they're not as tanky as a battleship that can take 6 to 8 torpedoes to the face and not even flinch. But the cruiser is just versatile altogether, and this is actually the ship you're gonna start out with because this is the actual ship I'm using right now. Well, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Now, finally, the destroyer. The destroyer, as I said before, is a really fast and really mobile ship. The bad thing is that it's not very tanky, so it's just a glass cannon. But because it has torpedoes, it hits really hard and is the best way to counter battleships and basically aircraft carriers. Well, yeah, guys, that has been it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.